Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do purple and yellow makeup that I used to do a lot when I was younger, and since 2026 is the new 2016 trend. I wasn't around in 2016 for makeup, but I want to take a trip down memory lane and do a makeup that I used to do a lot. So today I'm going to be using the Juvia's Place Culture 2 palette, which looks like this, which has yellows and oranges, to try and recreate that makeup. So let's go. Okay, so now that my base is done, I will go ahead and do the brows. So as always, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Soft Brown. I really want defined brows today, so I'm going to go ahead and take my pencil and trace underneath the brow first, like so, all the way underneath the brow, and take also the pencil on the top, just towards the end to kind of structure the brow, and then feather it inside the brow to fill it up. Then drag some hairs at the head of the brow, then blend it. And then I'm gonna take the Gimme Brow from Benefit and just feather that to fix them. So I like to fix them not so high as soap brows, but just lift them a little bit. Not too much. Now I'm gonna go in with my favorite eyeshadow primer, which is the Anastasia Beverly Hills. And then I take a fluffy brush to really blend that into the skin on the lid. And then I go underneath the brow a little bit, just to make sure my pencil is sharp, and so that my brows will look sharp. Now that this is done, I will dig into the Culture 2 palette from Juvia's Place. And first I will take the shade Safari to structure the shape that I want to do. So I took that purple with a flat brush. And then I always do that eye open to see where the shape will go on the eye. And then I will go ahead and go on the lower lash line at the same time to connect that outer corner with what I'm doing and make sure that the wing is connected to something. Now that the shape is done, I'm gonna go ahead and use Yenga, which is a blush pink, to blend out those edges using a fluffy brush. And I'm gonna do a bit of back and forth in the pan, taking that color in to really blend that purple out. And then I can as well go back in the purple with the other brush to really re-intensify or blend that into the blush pink to make sure it's smooth and looks effortless. Going back in the purple again to just re-intensify that wing until I am satisfied with the result. And so I really try to connect. I'm gonna connect the front and the back of the liner, still using that same pink blush color, and then again with the front. So I take that blush color and just blend that purple. I really like to go in the brow to kind of open up my eye. And then I'm not going to blend this side because I'm going to define it again with some eye base, so there's no need for me to define that. I actually want it to be very structured. So adding some purple again. Okay, now that this is done, I'm going to take my eye primer again, and I'm just going to blur out that part right here. So I'm not going to take too much, but I just want to kind of define that again. So I'm gonna, because I want a blurred look, I'm taking again that fluffy brush. Even if it's not too defined, I'm gonna try to blend it with the shadow that I put down. And then straight away I'm gonna go back in with my fluffy brush that I used to blend the peachy color, and I'm just gonna soften the edges a bit. Voila, and I'm gonna do that on the other eye as well. So same technique, just putting the fluffy brush against the lid, trying to keep it a bit precise near the front where I wanted that shape to be defined, and then just blending it in the shadows. And then taking again that same brush that I used to blend the blush color with and just blending those edges. Okay, so I swatched some of the shimmers on my hands because I cannot decide which shade I want to do. I think this one would look good, but I just don't think, because it's pinkish with some greenish flecks, I think I'm going to be using that one. The shade I wanted to use is called Omeg. I don't know, it's this one. I don't know if you can see it, but it's duochrome. I'm trying to show you guys. It's really pretty. So I'm going to take a flat brush, which is slightly fluffy, and I'm gonna apply that shade all over my lid. I know it's a bit sheer, but that's the point. I just want it to blend into the lid first, so that I can really blend this color into the look. And so what I want to do is also apply it on the bottom lash line, because I want some shine. I'm not sure it'll stick like this. Oh, a little bit. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my finger, dip it into that color, and just apply it with my finger on my lid. So I just want the color to pop. And then as well on the bottom lash line, I'm going to add a pop of yellow in the inner corner. So I'm going to go ahead and use Yoruba right here, which is a yellow, little bit greenish, which is fine. So I'm just gonna put that in the inner corner with a fluffy brush to just add a bit more color to that look. So I really build it as I go because I want to control how much yellow I want in the crease. And then see, I'm going a bit above the lid as well and under it to really blend that yellow into the makeup, and I think that looks super cool. And so I'm just going to take the rest of the pigment on the brush and just kind of blend it around the pink to just kind of tie the makeup all together. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply liner, mascara. So for liner, I don't want a big bold liner because my eyeshadow is already lining my eye. So I'm just going to take a black kohl, apply it on the upper lash line, on the lower lash line, but just on the outside to really intensify that purple again. Taking that same brush and just blending the black in the purple a little bit. And then I can also drag it up a little bit to kind of increase that effect. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply my bronzer. So as always, I'm using the Too Faced in the Chocolate Soleil. And then I'm just gonna apply it really high on my cheeks to lift my face, on the temples as well. But really I want to stay up on those cheeks and really kind of warm up my face while lifting it. Then I'm gonna go ahead and do the nose a little bit to kind of keep it together, to pull the makeup together, and then again on the cheek. So again, very high on the temples to really lift my face, and then again on the temples. And then I also like to add a little bit here on my chin. Not my whole jawline, just a little bit the chin to make me feel more chiseled. Then I'm gonna go with the blush. So I'm gonna use the Tarte Amazonian Clay in the shade Natural Beauty, which is very pink. I really like those blushes because they really blend with the makeup. Like it really blends with the skin super easily. They're not very pigmented, but it's great because you can build it up as you go and you can put as much as you like. But I really like them because they blend perfectly with the skin. With makeup or bare skin, it enhances something. It's really pretty. So as you can see, I'm also applying very high on my cheeks to lift my face again, and then just blending it. As you can see, I'm tapping the brush. I'm not swiping it, because if you swipe, I can swipe a little bit to blend. But if you swipe, you're not actually putting any product on the skin. And since I have a very matte face and skin, it won't show if I just drag it. And then I'm applying a bit on the chin like this, a little bit on the tip of my nose. And then what I like to do is go above the brow here to also blush my face a little bit here to give me some life. Also on the bridge of the nose. And then again on the cheeks if needed. I really like blush. And then for highlighter, I think I'm going to use the same shadow that I put on my lid to put on my cheeks because I want to see how that looks. So I'm gonna go in with my brush and then I'm just gonna apply it on the cheeks and then just drag it down like I always do. So you see, I go from the brow, I drag it down my cheek, and then I go back to my lips to kind of have that glowing effect. I don't put too much because I don't like too much highlighter, just a little sparkle so that when I hit the light you can see something. I'm also gonna apply it a bit on my nose, Cupid's bow. For lips, I want to keep it simple, so as always, the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner in the shade Pillow Talk. So I don't really like to overline my lips. I just line them just a little bit. I enhance the Cupid's bow, but not the rest of the lip. And so when lining your lips, the tip is to just, you see your lips, you have the pink area, and then you have a little white line, which is the skin. This is where I'm placing my pencil so that I can overline just a little bit, but I just do that in the center, and on the sides I go back to the lip. And then now that this is done, I'm gonna apply the gloss. So my favorite at the moment is the Glamlight Lord of the Rings, is the Eye of Sauron gloss. It looks very orange, but the sparkles in it look absolutely gorgeous, so I use it almost every day and over any lip combo because it's just so pretty. A bit of setting spray and we're done. So for setting spray, I'm using the Morphe Jumbo Continuous Setting Mist. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and will recreate that look or just enjoyed me doing it. Please let me know down in the comments what kind of videos do you want me to do next, or anything I could do to improve my videos because I'm trying to growing right now. So please let me know in the comments if you have any advice or comments, anything. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!